50 years ago, a little redhead with big dreams and an even bigger voice burst onto the Broadway stage. You probably heard of her. You know, her name is Annie, right? And her unstoppable optimism has been changing lives ever since.
Oh, yeah. Now the timeless tale of hope, heart, and one very lucky pup is back on Pittsburgh's grandest stage, proving once again that no matter how tough times get, it's always just a day away.
That's right. But before the curtain goes up tonight, we are sitting down with two of the show's stars. We have Isabella De Sosa Moore, who plays the sassy Lily St. Regis, and Mark Woodard, who plays FDR and understudies Oliver Warbucks.
I like how you say that, sassy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good,
it's a nice way to say.
Yeah,
nice way to say. Well, welcome. And this is so amazing. I mean, people are so familiar with Annie in various different ways. Obviously, the comic strip and the musical and the movie. So this is a familiar story, but tell us how you guys bring this to life on the stage.
Well, I think it's the amazing thing about Annie is that kind of is built into it, right? It's a story about hope. It's a story about connection, and that is something that we can always use in our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
And we have some amazing designers and creatives that have built the costumes and the sets and the lights that really give so much layered effect to the show as well.
Yeah.
Is this your first time, both of your first times in Pittsburgh?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my dad is from Pittsburgh.
Get out!
Yeah,
How
so
wonderful.
His entire side of the family still lives here.
Are they all
so
coming out to see you?
They are. I have like 35 people coming to the
Oh my
show,
gosh.
which is so exciting. So yeah.
And in the late 90s, I came out here to do a summer stock job and then stayed for 4 years.
Nice.
Oh,
The community
wow.
just sort of embraced me, and so it's a lot of nostalgia to be back in the town that I kind of, before I bounced to New York, was kind of here working in the theater community.
Nice.
You know, I did not realize that Annie first hit the Broadway stage in the 70s.
Yeah.
So this has been a long-running musical.
She'll be 50 in 2 years,
Oh, wow.
1977.
And looking
We
great.
we get it, Heather. You're just 30 years old. We get that. Just like way back in the 70s, way back then.
But taking on these iconic roles, is this, you know, a job of a lifetime to be able to do this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a show that has meant a lot to me in my life. I loved the movie as a kid, and I've actually done the show 8 times. Annie was the first role I played as a
Wow.
kid. And so to be able to do this as an adult on a national tour, bringing the story all around the country and connecting especially with little ones who, you know, maybe it's their first time coming to see a show, it has been really, really amazing.
And I have to ask also, because just like you said, you've done the show many times. The show, everyone has seen it at least once, you know, the movie or the Broadway, multiple times probably. How do you go about a role like this and make sure that you make it a little bit your own?
You know, I think that's just part of being an actor. In general, you show up and bring what your DNA has, what your sense of humor is, what your point of view is. And, you know, no one really, I don't think, knew what FDR was like personally, you know, now. So I just kind of take what I could find on YouTube and mush it into my brain, and then whatever comes out is my version of what he was in the story.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think people realize how fast-paced this is. You're only here for 2 nights, right?
Yeah.
So people have 2 opportunities, like 2 days, 14th and 15th, to come and see the show. But you guys are on the move constantly.
When did you guys get into town?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Last night.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you roll in, you see
Yes.
the stage, everything's set up very
Our
quickly.
crew is there now setting up the stage for us
Yes.
to show up tonight to do a sound check, and then we open tonight and do 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, they're
It's
superheroes.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. What is it like being on stage at the Benedum? Because
I
with
love
both
it.
of you being familiar with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I love it. I've worked at PCLO a few summers, so that theater, when you're on that stage and you just see that wall of people going up and hear that response coming back at you from those 3,000 or 4,000 at least people in that theater, it's such a energy boost to feel them with you, you know, on stage.
And a little birdie told us, Isabella, that you might have a KDKA connection.
Yes, so I was told that my great-grandmother, Helen Schmitzer, was an ASL interpreter for KDKA. Yeah.
That is so Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
honestly. To not only have you here with family here, but then to have that connection too.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Absolutely, it's amazing.
Well, we know you're very busy, so we appreciate you coming in and taking some time to sit with us, and we encourage everyone to go see this. Thank
Come
you.
see us.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
The
Yay.
new
Tonight and
North
tomorrow.
American tour of Annie, presented by the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust and the PNC Broadway in Pittsburgh series, opens at the Benedum tonight.
Yeah, the show is only in town, just like you heard, for 2 days only. So make sure you get to PittsburghTodayLive.com to learn more about those tickets.
So fun.
Yep.